came here as an ambassador in June 2017. Yeah, but I had visited China early in 1992. I was then working in the private sector. But then that was a different China that I visited. So when I came back in 2017, it was like day and night. Well, the first Beijing I visited, I saw a lot of bicycles. The second Beijing had a lot of cars and cars and cars everywhere. I saw the first Beijing, the Chinese people I met were different from the Chinese people I met in 2017 in the sense that you had a more confident China. People were very, very proud of their country, and you could see development everywhere. You could see that poverty had indeed been eradicated in a lot of provinces, and you could see that this is a country on the move, and you could see the impact of reform. So it was two different worlds, and I think for us from Africa, it's an inspiration for us that if in 40 years, China with a population of 1.3 to 1.4 billion has been able to turn and lift a lot of people out of poverty, it should be easy for us to also do it using China as an example. These companies in Ghana that are helping us build our infrastructure. We have a lot of work to do in that area. We have a lot of roads to build, and our government believes in the Chinese philosophy that if you build a road, you create wealth. So we are working with some Chinese companies to build more roads, more highways, more feeder roads to the agricultural areas, and more roads so that people can move more easily. We're also working with them to build more bridges over our rivers, and we're hoping that with time we could also build more waterways, so that just like in China, when you go to most cities, they always have boats on the rivers. We want to copy what you're doing here in China, because I think it's amazing. We're one of the first countries to develop diplomatic relations with China. And a lot of people my generation grew up with a lot of Chinese influence. We had the Chinatown, we have the Chinese dishes, a lot of. Do you mind, when I was growing up, if you were taking your girlfriend on a date, you took her to a Chinese restaurant. If you were a good student and your father wanted to give you a treat, he would take you to a Chinese restaurant, because Chinese restaurants were very popular. A lot of us grew up watching the Bruce Lee movies, and Bruce Lee was very, very popular in my generation. So China is not new to us. And if you go to Ghana today, a lot of intermarriages between Chinese men and Ghanaian women and Chinese men. So we do have that as well. So for us, China is not new. If you look at most African countries, including Ghana, 20 years ago, our largest trading partner, our largest developmental partner, most of our students were going to school in the West. Either going to the US or they went to the UK. And where were we buying our clothes and our cars from? We were buying it from them. Today, we are buying it from China. We have to choose our friends, and nobody can tell us who to choose as our friends. We have to choose our business partners. Nobody can tell us who to choose as our business partners. We have to choose our playmates. But at the end of the day, Africa also has to define, and Ghana has to define, what do we want in any relationship? What do we want out of the relationship with China?